Hi everyone, it's Miss Dia with Miss Dia Strong, and I am here with my next spotlight for Women's History Month. It is Nakira Howard. Woo!
Applause, applause.
So Nakira, tell us where you're from and what it is that you do.
My name is Nakira. My full name is Nakira, but I go by Kira for short. And I'm from Detroit, Michigan. I've been here, born and raised. Then I went to Fairs for a couple of years and came back. And I go by Kira because I have a business and it's Creative Events Detroit. So Kira K Creative, that's me.
So what else? What else do you do outside of creative events?
Outside of creative events, I do work full time in healthcare. I'm a patient coordinator at Carmano's Cancer Institute. I've been there since I graduated for 5 years. I got a promotion 2 years within the job, so I moved up the ladder and I work behind the scenes in healthcare.
Career woman, entrepreneur.
Yes.
That's all I'm saying. So you got your healthcare profession and then this creative events. Now, what is it that led you to get involved in the creative events? What prompted you to start that?
Creative events was always something that I actually did. I've always had a niche for event planning or hosting events, putting things on. The organization side for me is always the easiest part. So the coordinating that work and the organization with creative events actually work hand in hand. I'm always on a computer. I'm always on an email. I'm always responding to stuff. So when it came around to it, somebody actually told me, like, you really should consider event planning. I was throwing like big elaborate birthday parties like 18, 19, 20, 21. And like he said it and I was just like, no, I don't like people like that. Then I thought about it and I'm like, why not? It's easy. I mean, I can do it at the drop of a hat. You give me a idea or inspiration and I blow it up, and I'm resourceful too. So it's not always about the money or what the cost is. And I was just like, maybe I should take it serious. And I had a logo, a website, business cards before I had my first client.
Ooh-wee. Talking about focus. We had earlier in the month, we talked with Lakeitha Gibbons, and she was talking about identifying your talents.
Yeah.
And being able to use those talents to create something for yourself.
An avenue.
Yes. And so she used a talent that she probably just brushed off and didn't take seriously. And it was like, I'm glad somebody spoke that in you when you listened.
Right.
To be able to take that gift.
It took some time. It took some time, and then I'm involved in my church, New Life Family Church, and my pastor was speaking about going into the new year strong and identifying yourself and using your gifts. And I really was like, Ebony, I think we should do it. And before we were creative events, we were just joking around and we were E and K.
Mm-hmm.
So we had to take it serious and brand it and make it something that people would be interested in.
Branding, that is big.
Huge.
So healthcare, and I know the event planning can take a lot of time. We talk about late nights sometimes,
Early
weekends, on top of having to go through and pick up all the things that you need and contacting all the different venues and vendors and the customer, which should probably change their mind. Who knows how many times in an event. So how do you balance not only those different aspects of the event plan, but also still being a professional as well?
It actually works similar. The patients that I work with, unfortunately, they are diagnosed with cancer. So I have to show empathy, sympathy, and I also have to make sure that I'm being accurate in my job. If you come to me, you say you have a diagnosis, and you're able to explain to me what that diagnosis is, I have to use my expertise to put you with the correct physician. Mm-hmm. Just like in event planning, you come to me, you say you have an event, you know what that event is, I then have to pull and draw from you what I think it is best that you need. And then it also correlates with budget. You can say you want a $10,000 event, but if you got $2,000, you about to get a $5,000 look
like folks
on that $2,000. So it works hand in hand, and then we also, again, we're very resourceful. So we have a ton of vendors that we're affiliated with. We have a caterer, Edgy Eats, who now owns the Pasta Bowl here in Detroit. We have a videographer, King the Franchise, who does our personal videos. We have an in-house DJ, DJ L Boog. We use a building on the west side of Detroit, which is Best Artist Management. And then if you need anything, tables, chairs, we have our own linen. We do our own balloon columns. So a lot of stuff we do in-house. We also have a graphic artist, Samuel Sherrill, and he actually stays in Atlanta. And he does our work for us, and then we digitally get the files, we print them down. We have an account with A to Z, a business company. We have an account with Party City. We have an account with Michaels. We have an account with Office Depot. So technically, we kind of the plug. So if you need something, we have the resource to get it. And then we're also, because it's something we enjoy doing, we don't necessarily believe in the money. We think that the branding and being in business, the money will come later. So it's not always about, like I get all the time right now, we're taking prom orders and they're like, you're the cheapest. Doesn't mean that our quality is bad.
Right.
We just, it's not about the money for us. Because my business partner, Ebony, she also works full time as well.
People tend to forget that in the beginning, you just have to it's really about branding.
Yeah.
And putting your name out there. We do the same thing with Noble Strong Training. It's like, look, you just market your name, brand it. Everyone needs to see a logo, a face, a slogan, and always want to associate it with you.
Correct.
And your business. And if you guys didn't notice, she listed a whole bunch of people that she partnered with that bring different things to what it is that she does.
Correct.
But it also works as a resource for her, for people to send folks to her.
Correct.
She always comes to us. We're going to send people to her. It's that one here and watches the other, supporting other small businesses so that we all can be successful. We just need to get on board with that.
Yeah. And one of our biggest accounts here in Detroit came through our DJ friend. He had did an event for her, and she was the owner of McDonald's. And then she was able to bring us on, and we do a couple of McDonald's here with our balloons. So it worked out just by, hey, this is somebody I know, you should probably look into using her. And then it's the same thing. Oh, you need a DJ? I mean, even when you see it on social media, you put those names out there. And it's never a hating thing. If I know my makeup artist, I try to get her to do everybody's makeup. So if I know somebody that does something good, I'm always going to kind of push them in that avenue. And I believe in women in business. I believe in business, period. And I believe in Detroit. And I believe we're coming back for that. And I want to see everybody be successful in what they're doing.
So is it challenging balancing both your business, your own personal business, and having a career, a regular 9 to 5?
It's not. And it's just because the communication portion for me is easy. And then once we don't start working, we had to stop getting excited when people reached out to us, because people reach out and change their mind in a minute. So once we know for sure that you're going to go with us, that's when the excitement kicks in. So it's really, what we do is we do a weekly huddle. Me and Ebony will speak about the events that we have coming up. We actually collect money 2 weeks in advance, which is different for some people, but for us, it allows us to order anything we need, kind of get the ideas out there. If you have any last minute changes, it allows for us to do that. So the juggling aspect just comes with being organized, and because my job is so necessary in that area, it's helped me with the life. I also am very active within my church. So right now I'm good. Moving forward, I am a little nervous. I'm actually expecting my first child. So I think throwing a human into that picture is going to be something more. So I'm more nervous about moving forward and how I'm going to be able to juggle being a mother with a career in my event planning versus event planning church career.
Which means we're going to have to follow up on her.
Right.
Another year. See how that's going. So where do you see creative events in 5 or 10 years?
In 5 or 10, the short-term goal is to get a building. One thing that we want to do is we want to be able to help people who don't have big budgets, who are maybe single mothers, single parents, people out of shelters, to do those lavish events. Education is huge for us. So one thing that we always want to kind of coin on is those graduations. And I've actually lived in a shelter myself with my mother. So it was always important for me not to let that shelter be a staple of who I was, but to kind of move forward and do more. So eventually we want to get a building for nonprofit organization, so people can come in and do events, and it doesn't look like a $5 event. So you can have your dreams and your wishes through creative events.
Like it.
Yeah, thank you.
So, of course, you guys know I'm just super pro women. And then when it comes to like women empowerment, and a part of that, the biggest part of that to me is women being able to define themselves as individuals. So, of course, I have to ask, how would Nakira describe or define Nakira?
I would use 2 words, and that would be always determined. I am always determined. I have always been always determined. It's actually a tattoo that I have. It's my Facebook name. And it was just because in life, what should have happened for me, or what people thought would have happened for me, wouldn't have been what it is now. I was the first to graduate high school in my family, the first to go to college, and the first to actually have a salary paying job. So for me, I have to continue to do those things for my brothers and sisters that's coming after me, for my future child, and for all of my family, just to know that because of where we come from does never define where you're going. And a lot of times the stigma is because you were raised a certain way, or because you had hardships that you're going to turn out a certain way. So I'm actually eternally grateful at all times, because I often find myself just grateful that God saw fit to choose me. So I think that I'm always determined.
Look at you, got somebody up here crying, listening to you talk. So before we close it out, your golden nugget of wisdom or advice that you would like to pass on to any woman you ever came in contact with, if you had to leave them with something, what would it be?
If I had to leave anyone with something, it would be to keep going. Don't stop. It may be hard, but it will get easier. And have trust in God, because He will make a way. I did not know at 21 times 2, that I would be here. And I just really think it's because of my faith in God, the faith that I have in myself, the courage, the people around me. You just keep going. Don't stop. If you want to do lipstick, do lipstick. I'm wearing lipstick from a girl from my church. Her line is called Painted Smooches. She did that lipstick. I said, what can I do as creative events to help you? I did balloons for her. Makeup. You want to do makeup? Do makeup. My sister did my makeup today. I have a friend who did makeup, and she's done makeup for the greats. She did Stevie Wonder makeup. But guess what? She was my makeup artist first. Like, you keep going. You choose something. And if it doesn't work the first time, pick something else. Yeah. Because everybody has something in them. Something. And
if you need some help, go to Lakeitha'sPerspective.com, and she has a whole curriculum on being able to help you figure out what is your niche and what are your talents, what is your gift, what do you like doing. And she's really, really great at helping you trying to craft a career around the things that you like. And I think oftentimes they say, oh, just go with something that's going to make you good money.
No.
10, 15 years later, you're going to be miserable. So take her advice.
Yes.
Listen to her story. And if you need some help, go to Lakeitha's Perspective. Contact information. If someone wants to get in contact with Kira about creative events, or just following up about sharing how they felt about hearing your story, how can they get in touch with you?
I can be reached through Creative Events website, www.createyourevent.com, and that's create with a K. And then we also have an Instagram page, creative_events. We also have a Facebook page, Creative Events Detroit. And then you can email us if you choose to email us, which is createyourevent@gmail.com. And then me personally, I'm _Nakira, that's N as in Nancy, AKIRA _ Kira of Creative. So you can find me on Instagram, but if you find Creative Events, more than likely you'll find me too.
Yeah. Well, Kira, I thank you for sitting down with me today. It's been great.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome.
And I'm proud of you too. I mean, she's here with her own camera set up. She's doing her own lighting. She got her own mic. So talk about making a way and keep going. You keep going, and I want to see you in another 2 years too.
Thank you, love. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Make sure you go follow up on all of those social media pages with her. Facebook, Instagram, and visit her website. Until next time, you guys, I'll see you later.
Thank you.